That crisp, satisfying sound when a chocolate bar breaks in half, it's one of the most universally loved sensations. The glossy finish catches the light, the aroma of roasted cocoa fills the air, and for a moment, it feels like pure luxury. But behind that perfect bar lies a story most people have never seen. Why do some chocolates melt instantly in your hand, while others seem to hold their shape until the exact second they touch your tongue? What secret process gives artisanal bars their glass-like shine, while cheaper chocolates look dull and grainy? From the jungles where cacao is harvested to the gleaming factories where liquid chocolate is tamed into solid perfection, this is the hidden world of how chocolate bars are made. Every chocolate bar begins with a humble cacao pod cracked open to reveal rows of pale, sticky seeds. These seeds, called beans, once fermented and dried, are the foundation of chocolate. But at this stage, they taste nothing like the sweet indulgence we know. They're bitter, earthy, and almost sour. The magic begins in the roaster. Giant drums tumble the beans at precise temperatures, unlocking rich aromas of warm cocoa. The heat deepens their flavor, darkens their color, and releases the oils that will later give chocolate its silky texture. After roasting, machines crack the beans, separating the fragile husks from the prized cacao nibs. These nibs are ground into a thick, gritty paste known as cocoa liquor, a blend of cocoa solids and natural cocoa butter. It takes nearly 400 cacao beans to make a single chocolate bar. And yet, at this stage, the paste is still rough and unrefined. To become smooth, glossy chocolate, it must undergo the most delicate and most dangerous step of all, tempering. This is the moment that separates ordinary chocolate from the glossy, luxurious bars that snap cleanly between your fingers. The secret? A delicate dance of heat and time known as tempering. Inside a tempering machine, or in the hands of a skilled chocolatier, the molten cocoa liquor is carefully heated, cooled, and reheated in precise stages. Why? Because cocoa butter contains multiple crystal structures. Only one of them, the elusive Form 5 crystal, creates that flawless finish, shiny surface, crisp snap, and melt-in-your-mouth texture. Get it wrong, and the result is disaster. Chocolate that turns dull and streaky, bars that crumble instead of snapping, surfaces that bloom with grayish sugar or fat. But when tempering succeeds, the transformation feels like alchemy. Liquid turns into glossy sheets that reflect light like polished glass. Now, this shimmering chocolate is ready to be poured into molds. Once tempered, the liquid chocolate flows like silk. In industrial factories, it streams down stainless steel spouts into rows of gleaming molds. In artisanal workshops, chocolatiers ladle it by hand, filling each mold with care. But pouring is only the beginning. The molds vibrate at high speed, shaking out invisible air bubbles that could spoil the flawless surface. Watch closely, and you'll see tiny ripples vanish, leaving behind a smooth, mirror-like finish. Next comes cooling. Conveyor belts carry the filled molds into long tunnels of perfectly controlled cold air. Slowly, the chocolate sets, shrinking ever so slightly so it can release cleanly from its mold. The result? Rows of glossy bars, each identical in shape yet unique in flavor. At this stage, the chocolate looks complete, but one final transformation remains before it's ready for the world: packaging. Chocolate isn't just about taste, it's about the experience from the moment you hold it. Once the bars have cooled and popped from their molds, they move on to packaging, where appearance meets protection. In mass production factories, bars glide down conveyor belts into foil wraps that lock in freshness, followed by colorful paper or branded sleeves. Luxury chocolatiers take it a step further, hand-wrapping each bar in gold foil, sliding it into velvet-lined boxes, or sealing it with wax stamps. Every detail enhances the perception of quality, turning a simple treat into a gift. Packaging also preserves texture and flavor. Proper sealing prevents moisture or heat from dulling the chocolate's glossy finish, while airtight wraps lock in the aromas that make your first bite irresistible. But packaging isn't just functional, it's emotional. The moment you hold that bar, the glossy chocolate and elegant wrapper promise indulgence, craftsmanship, and a story that began thousands of miles away in cacao farms. Next, we'll see how all these processes culminate in the taste test that proves it was worth the journey. All the careful roasting, grinding, tempering, molding, and packaging culminates in a single moment, the first bite. The glossy bar snaps cleanly, giving way to a silky texture that melts slowly on the tongue. Flavors unfold, bitter notes of deep cocoa, hints of vanilla or nuts, and the subtle sweetness that keeps you coming back for more. Artisanal bars often boast richer, more complex profiles than mass-produced ones, thanks to slower processes, higher quality beans, and meticulous craftsmanship. Yet even everyday chocolate carries the story of thousands of hands, machines, and hours of precision. Chocolate is more than candy. It's history, science, and art, fused into a single indulgence. From the jungles of cacao farms to gleaming factory lines, each bar tells a story of care, chemistry, and passion. So the next time you unwrap a bar, pause for a moment. Think of the journey behind that glossy perfection. Which chocolate do you savor the most? The everyday treat or the luxury artisanal bar? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes stories of the foods you love.